Shabbat Shalom. It's Ruben Abramov. And I'm also known as the Haftorah man. Why? Because I speak about the Haftorahs. So, this week's Parsha, Mas'eh. It is the last chapter in the book, the Sefer of Bamidbar. And we read a Haftarah that's not necessarily connected to the parasha, but it is the second out of the three Telosa Dirforanusa, the 3 weeks of prediction of calamity that's going to happen to the Jewish people 2,600 years ago, roughly, and that what happens here is Nebuchadnezzar is about to destroy, the king of Babylonia is about to destroy the Beit HaMikdash. And Yirmiyahu has been sent to planet Earth by God to deliver a communication to the nation and the people of Yisrael, Bnei Yisrael. Actually, Yisrael is long gone. All that's left is the 2 tribes of Yehuda and Binyamin and the Beit HaMikdash. So we ain't talking about having much left, and we're about to lose it all. Last week, we started off with Yirmiyahu, the Navi named Jeremiah. Yarim Yahu, what's in the name? That Hashem, our God, is going to raise and lift us up. He lived in Jerusalem. He was a Kohen. He also was born with a Brit Milah, a very, very high spiritual level. Remember the conversation that God had with Yirmiyahu. I need you down there. And he sends him. He tells him he's never going to get married. He says, don't even bother, because if you have any kids, they're all going to get killed. It's just going to be nasty. So avoid it all and be Eved Hashem. Work for Hashem. Help me here. Help the nation, maybe do some teshuvah. So this after book of Yirmiyahu, he wrote it. He also wrote Melachim. Some people believe he wrote Melachim, and he also wrote Eicha, Lamentations, the book that you read on Tisha B'Av. Out of all of the books of the Nevi'im, if you want to look at someone that seems to have been there and writing like a newspaper reporter about what's going on, Yirmiyahu is the book to look at. Because other things, if you look in the Torah, Parshas Bereishis, Genesis, is 1,000 years. Huge brushstroke. Noach, another 1,000 years. Now, every pasuk is split seconds. Yirmiyahu is describing what it's like. The king throws me in jail. These people want to kill me. I'm in the pit. I'm speaking to the king. He doesn't listen. You're a guy that's like writing in a diary. It's a fantastic perspective on the city of Jerusalem at the time, before, during, and after the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash by Nebuchadnezzar. So the Haftarah begins the exact pasuk after last week completes. Shimud Devar Hashem. Listen to the word of Hashem. And what is it saying? God is telling Yirmiyahu to ask the Jewish people, what's wrong with me? I don't understand. Didn't you promised land, and I brought you to Har Carmel, the land of Carmel, of these great. Instead of worshiping me, you worship idols. Misguided, they are misguiding you as far as who worship. They're telling you to worship Baal. Baal was a pagan deity. Now, okay, we're going to worship our God. God says to Am Yisrael, planet Earth, that when they worship a God, they change lanes to start worshiping another God. You're the only ones that have polytheism, multiple worshiping, Asherah, maybe they abandoned the Torah. You were given the Torah. It is the blueprint, it is the floor plan to all. I gave this to you. And that now, instead of you acting like a prince, you're acting like a houseboy. You're not acting like the royalty, Am Yisrael, God's chosen people. You're acting like you're some sort of servant deities. Why? The warning comes. The enemies will rise up against you. Who? Bavel, Babylonia. and that God is tremendously disappointed with Am Yisrael. This is a powerful and intense last-ditch effort by Yirmiyahu to change their evil ways. That's it. They got to change their evil ways. So you have become like sour grapes. You have that phrase. You were supposed to have matured, and you're supposed to have evolved in a continuous, intimate relationship with God on a daily basis. If you are in an intimate relationship of nothing in between us, total truth, that you are now supposed to, after years and years and years, been this great tasting wine. And what happened to you? You disconnected from me, you went the wrong way, and now you become bitter tasting. Where's the flavor? Where's the sweetness? So now that the problem is that you got caught, and you don't really regret what you've done. You're too sad about, I have to go to court and appear in court, versus regretting what you did. So now we never end the Haftarah on a down note. So it says that Hashem wants you to do teshuvah. That's the message. This is the spiritual guidance, whether it be 2,600 years ago or today. Im tashuv Yisrael ne'um Hashem elai tashuv, ve'im tasir shikutzcha b'pnei v'lo sanud, v'nishpata chai Hashem be'emet, b'mishpat u'v'tzedakah, v'hisbarchu vo goyim uvo yishalelu. So God is sending Yirmiyahu to plead with the Jewish people. Please do teshuvah. Please avoid all these bad things that are going to happen to you. And if you do listen, you will be saved. And if you don't listen, you will wither away and suffer. I can't say enjoy the Haftarah, but at least we could understand our history and our spiritual purpose in this world. Shabbat Shalom.